Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another juicy story. Maybe weird, maybe not, maybe just fun and games. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Just to let you know that I don't read out the story word for word. I just summarize it because they are so long. I feel like the video would be like 30 minutes long and I don't want that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't read them out loud. I'm just gonna summarize, but I'm gonna put up the post so you can, I don't know, follow along as I am narrating what is happening in the story. Okay, cool. Thank you for watching. If you do like being here and you keep coming back, just please press the subscribe button and subscribe so you don't miss any video that I upload on these crazy stories. Okay, thank you. Now let's get into why we are all here. I married my dad's sister's husband. Okay. I don't know if it's weird or not, but yeah, it makes me feel a type of way. But okay, let's go on. That's what the title said. So, lady is saying that she is a female, 32 years of age, and she's one of 4 kids, all girls. Oh my god, the drama in that household. But in this story, she is focusing mostly on her and her older sister Jane, who would be 40 this year. She continues to say she's the second born and has 2 younger sisters. Growing up, she and the sister were very close to a point where she was mimicking and copying everything that her older sister, the one who's supposed to be 40 now, Jane, she was mimicking everything Jane did, even went to the same university Jane did, even did the same course in university that Jane did, which was computer science. She makes a disclaimer that she used her makeup, wore her clothes, but she never wanted to be like her like that before anybody thinks that she wanted to be like her always. But I think there's nothing bad because I think most little sisters always mimic their older sisters to a point, but there's a point that you should not cross. I believe, at least that's just my belief and that's just my opinion. There's nothing wrong with a younger sibling following or doing everything that the older one does because they sort of become the role model in a way as they're growing up. But then there's a point that you shouldn't cross in your mimicking and copying what your sister does, like taking their dead husband, their husband, for instance. But anyway, she continues to say even when she started dating, she was attracted to the same man that the sister was attracted to in terms of personality. Okay, no, this is becoming weird now. Though the sister would set her up with colleagues and her friends and people from high school and all of that, those relationships never lasted. They were never good enough for her, she felt. Because they had such similarities in the men they liked, her sister Jane, her sister Jane found love in the arms of the men that she matched with on an online dating site. She continues to say she and this said man only went out on maybe 5 dates and ultimately decided that they're not going to continue the relationship, or rather the guy said that he can't continue the relationship because he was not as attracted to her because he has found someone else in a different city. The guy is called James in this story, who is now 42. So she decided to let him go because what was she going to do? Like what? What? The guy said, I don't want you, I don't want you. So the guy moved to a different city. The city that the guy moved to happened to be the same city that her sister was now staying in and working at. Oh my. She continues to say that she and the sister worked at the same company but in different branches. The sister worked at the headquarters of the company. Okay, I guess they did IT. Like both of them did IT, so it makes kind of sense, but it's kind of like now you living your sister's life. From when you were young up until this point, you're still living her life. I don't know how I feel about this. But anyway, she continues to say that she and her siblings have always, the other 3 sisters now, she and her siblings have always spent 2 weeks together in every summer since college, since they were all in college and high school, just to catch up on what has been happening in their lives and all of those things. But her youngest sister, who was 22, called Jessie, or was already married at this time, while the third born was between relationships. And then in the summer of 2022, the sister planned a vacation for the four of them, which was the first one after COVID in 2020. And on the vacation, the sister told them that she was getting married. The guy proposed, and they already knew that she was dating someone, but she had never seen pictures or been interested to see pictures of the guy because they just thought it was just another guy that the sister was dating because she was changing men a lot, I guess. So they were never really interested until things were very serious. So she showed them the picture of the guy, and lo and behold, the guy that the sister was getting married to or engaged to now was the same guy that the person who wrote the post was kind of dating and went on a couple of dates with before he decided to move to a different city. Oh man. But at least you guys didn't date, I guess, because you didn't say anything about taking things too far. It was just dating. She says that though she was shocked to see his picture, she didn't say anything because she didn't want to ruin the moment for the sister, especially because she has known for some time now that the sister is madly in love with this guy. And now that they're getting married, there was really nothing much for her to say because, I mean, she and the guy didn't date for that long and all of that stuff. But then she wondered if the guy knows that she is the sister of his now fiance, since in her apartment there is pictures of them. And then 3 days before the wedding, now we are fast forwarding, 3 days before the wedding, James, the fiance, the guy, and his family arrived, and James pulled the lady aside and told her that he never told the sister that they dated. He dated her, so they must just keep that between them. It will be their little secret and all of those things, and they did just that. Fast forward to 2023, just a month before their wedding anniversary, I get a call from James asking me to meet as he was coming to the city I worked in. That's what Anonymous is saying. Okay, cool. I was kind of shocked, but it wasn't weird because I had spoken to him on the phone with my sister and alone in the past year. I agreed to meet, and he shows up and shows me 2 pictures we took on one of our dates. Why does he still have them? Why does he still have your pictures when he's married to your sister for a whole year? And he tells me since their wedding, he couldn't help but look at them daily, and he now feels like he married the wrong sister. Are you mad? Because he has strong feelings for me. Then he must throw them in the trash and wash them away with a couple of showers in a day if that's possible. I shut him down and told him to never repeat this. Guilt-ridden as I was, I couldn't even speak to my sister Jane for a week after that. Made some excuses about work being hectic every time she'd want to video call. James mentioned his feelings again, but I saw him on Thanksgiving and I'd catch him staring at me, and I'd sometimes find myself staring at him. So you are also developing feelings for him, or they never left. As I said, she says, I never stopped thinking of him, having feelings for him, and wanting him. I just chose to suppress them for my sister's sake. In December of 2023, tragedy struck our home. My sister passed away after a drowning incident while on a work Christmas party trip. Oh, man, just after Thanksgiving then, that is. We were all gutted. I couldn't believe she was gone just like that. We struggled to cope, and we were there for James as best as we could after the funeral. Oh man, that is sad. But then she goes on to say that in March of 2024, she got a call from the headquarters of the company that she and the sister were working for. They were telling her that they couldn't find a good replacement for her sister, so they need her to move that side and take up her sister's position. Oh my God. You're basically taking everything that your sister had. And she said she didn't want to, but eventually accepted the offer. And because now she moved closer to where James was, they ended up being close and leaning on each other while grieving the whole passing of the sister. And both families, James's family and her family, were accepting of this, and they actually supported it because they knew how they both loved the sister. And she moved to the headquarters in April of 2024. And then in August, she and James sort of have been developing feelings, and then they decided to act on them, and they told their families that they were in love and they wanted to be together forever, and no one was happy for them. Surprise there, like there's no surprise there. Come on. This is not okay. It happens, but it's not okay. Especially hardly, not even a year. My goodness, not even a year after she passes. Wow. She says that she and her family exchanged some harsh words, and that's when she blurted it out that she knew him first and had feelings for him first, but then he chose the sister. Now the family was like, "We've always wanted your sister's life anyway, blah, 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 blah." The family told them to break up and never see each other again, but they didn't take this advice. Instead, they continued dating, and in January, just a year after the wife's anniversary death, wow, James proposed to her, and they decided to have a courthouse wedding, followed by a dinner with his parents and friends who supported them. And her family refused to come to the wedding, and that's one of the big reasons why she didn't want a courthouse. I mean, she didn't want a big wedding and just opted for a courthouse wedding. She continues to say, "This is not just two people grieving. We really love each other. We are keeping my sister's memory alive because we talk about her. But I miss my living family. I miss our calls. I miss our vacations and all. This is so painful, and I've now just found out I'm pregnant. I want them to be a part of that. And James and I don't plan to keep his relationship with my sister a secret from our kids. But we also need my family's support. Why can't my family be as supportive as James's family? Am I that bad of a person for letting myself fall for my sister's hubby? What can I do to make my family understand we love each other?" There's nothing you can do, man. I guess over time they will just decide to be in your lives, or they will never decide to be in your lives. There isn't much you can do about this. It's quite tricky. It's quite tricky, especially because your sister's fairy tale was very short lived. Now you are kind of taking over her whole life. You took her job, you took her man, you took probably her house as well, and the kids that she was gonna have with this man. So this is quite tricky, and it might not work out for you and James and you guys' family. You guys might be happy, but I don't think your family might be okay or accepting of this. Maybe in future. It's still early. It's still very fresh to them. Maybe in a year or something they will change their minds. But this is weird. I don't think I would never date my sister's ex, let alone someone who was husband when she died. I know there's families in certain cultures that when the husband dies, the other brother comes in and marries the late husband's wife, and vice versa. But that is not something I would do. Culturally, there is cultures that do this, but yeah, no. I wouldn't willingly do this, and I would never be forced to do it because of culture. So I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think this lady is wrong for marrying the sister's husband and basically taking over her whole life, or this is just a normal thing and she shouldn't beat herself up about it so much? Comment down below.